Greetings and salutations, my name is JW608, and today we're playing StarMade. And once again, we are working with my rail miner, and I have figured out that, let's see, can I hit that button? I've readjusted things so it doesn't automatically go up and down. I have to set that manually. But if you'll notice, I've set this up so when it starts moving, until it stops moving, there's about three rails it moves. Uh-oh. Yeah, 3 rails it moves to before the whole unit stops, and looks like we got off on the logic somewhere. Probably something skipped somewhere along the way. Yeah. So, Anyway, so I'm gonna give myself a 4 rail buffer on either end of the horizontal, as opposed to figuring out all the logic I need to make it stop, come to a complete halt, and move. We're gonna just pretend it works right, or we're gonna give it a buffer on the actual mining head. So 4 block, yeah, 4 block buffer. So, having said all that, and having this thing, this proof of concept timing doodad built, let's start building the actual thing. Alright, so I would like to come this way. Why are we doing it like this? Well, I guess I could line with Galactic North. No, I don't want to line with Galactic North, because I want to be able to compare quickly my logic. Alright, so let's throw down just some basic stuff here. We're gonna have a bridge. And some girders. Whee! Alright. You can use symmetry mode. Yes, I do know that. Alright. And there's my selection. Copy selection. We're just gonna throw together just a real quick and dirty bridge allotment. It's not a bridge, it's a bridge allotment. Let's see, do I want the core to be a little ways back? Yeah, let's give the core a little room, little wiggle room. Alright. So we're gonna give myself room for like a window or something. And maybe even like a blast shield, I don't know. We'll think of something. There we go. And that'll be the front of the miner. In fact, let's grab some red standard. Run it across here. Alright. Now this is going to be an incredibly wide ship. But it's not a combat vessel, so it doesn't really hurt it, and nor does it really... It's not really detrimental to it being wide, or that it's going to be wide. Alright, so now, let's figure out what center is. This is center, and we are going to go with the rail block. Oh, it's going the wrong way! Yeah, I know. You'll live. And the radius for an asteroid is 64 rail, and I want to give it at least a 5 rail buffer. Now, here comes one of the more fun parts. Here comes a different part. Nope, don't want to do that. Let's come down here like this. And let's... Did they come? Yeah. And then down here like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. this is what I actually wanted to do. I didn't want to do that down there. Because most of my ships are based on scales of 5, so... There we go, let's line you up in the center, and there we go. This here's our logic room. No, I was about to say I didn't want to do that, but I actually did. See... And no, I did not want to do that, did I? That was 100% not what I wanted to do. Almost like 110% of what I did not want to do. Except, I did want to do it. Let's snag that. Because the horizontal part's going to be on the... not part of the ship proper. Okay. My bad. Oh, and let's do something like... this. There we go. Alright. So now herein lies the question. What do we do now? Well, let's do something like so. That's 100 and... oh, how wide am I? Stats, general... width of 143... yeah. We're going to have our main rail in here. And, oh no, it's going the wrong way. Yes, it is. And 64 times 2 is 128. 100 and do that. And let's actually set this properly to 28. Are you getting 64? 64 is the maximum, the max radius for default for a asteroid on a server. By default. And I'm not saying it is the maximum. You can get servers with bigger asteroids. But by default. And let's do something like this. There we go. Now, do we want to have the rails pointing this way or that way? Because that's a big decision we need to make right now. Let's have them going this way. Let's see, you that way, and your brother right here. Let's see, let's give you a flip-flop. And a knot. Except I can't do that anymore. Up and down. Let's give you buttons. There we go. And those buttons are going to tie into you. Those are going down, and those are going up. Alright. And we're going to hit these here. Actually, those are not going to be controlled by anything like that. We're going to have a knot, which is going to hit this button and this flip-flop. Our flip-flop light. The flip-flop is going to control the knot, this button, and this light. So that way you can tell, without having to look outside, which direction the side rail is going. And in fact, we will have a button here, and this button will control the flip-flop for like a manual override type deal. Alright. Because you always want a manual override just in case something horrible happens. There we go. Give it a pretty little thing like this. Let's see. I also would like the side-to-side unit here as well. We're just going to put this right here. And how did we do that? Did we those just tied into... oh, we used buttons, okay. So we used a knot, a flip-flop. I'll tell you what, let's just walk over here and let's just copy it. I mean, we have the tools. Let's just straight up copy it instead of having to reduplicate it. Copy selection. Alright, and let's hop out of that one. And let's put a build block here. so I don't have to move much, and paste. Right, let's see. And here's the logic for this, except I do not want it to be like that. I want it to be okay. It's going to need to be like this, isn't it? So paste. Paste like so. It's going to have to be like that. Okay. How am I going to do this? Come on, brain, work with me, not against me. Oh, undo that. Alright, so this is going to be, undo that, and rip those out. It's going to be left and right. See, port and starboard. Along with a manual override. Okay, very good. So let's snag that, and that was a 3/4 I did there. And I will throw up a display block somewhere to tell me what's going on. And what was this circuit? This circuit was copy selection and hop. Nope, I don't care about that. Let's hop out and then back into this build block and paste this here. Actually, tell you what, let's like this. There we go. 3, 4, 5, 5. We will probably pretty it up later. That is a lie. Paste. And how am I gonna orient this? Let's orient like that. Alright. And so let's undo that. Get you to control that. And you to control that. I believe that is yes. Alright. Okay. So that's doing pretty good. Now, let's create the docking head, or the, not really the docking head, but the docking arm, I guess. The thing the head goes on. See, and you want to face that way. Except you don't want to face that way, you want to face that way. There we go. Alright. Now this is the one I do need to be in this block. And let's just set something like that there. This is the one that needs to go 100 and... oh no, don't do that. 128, was that what I said? 128. Looks like I have extra units. Which is okay with me. And let's rip each one off the end. Oh no, what are you doing? You're ripping things off the end. Yes, I am. Guess I could have just copied this. Because I want activation modules on either end. Activation module and an activation module. Alright. And it looks like we are out of time for today, so tomorrow we will finish setting up the logic for this side rail on the main ship and probably give it a go. Alright, I have been JW608, this has been StarMade, and I'll dig you cats later.